Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more Backseat battling for you guys. As you can see by the title of the room, we're going to be casting Fantasia's New Year tournament. Now, this tournament was hosted by my good friend Lucina Fanboy on our Discord server. Link to it will be in the description down below, so join up if you don't want to miss out on future mock battles or events. So how this New Year's tournament worked was we were trying to figure out a way to balance the playing field, because we know that players who are ranked higher are probably going to be stomping the people who are ranked lower. And in order to achieve that goal, we came up with some sort of a handicap system that affects the player who is higher ranked. Now, depending on how much rank discrepancy there is, we had varying degrees of handicaps that were available. And an example of this would be like the lower ranked opponent getting to choose a specific unit that the higher ranked opponent must draft. It must be a unit that's built, it likely is going to be some sort of a PvE or hunt unit that's probably going to be dead weight on the team. If the rank discrepancy is large enough, we might see the high ranked player being forced to choose a fodder unit, which is a 2-star level 5 unit, or something of that sort, right? So with that context out of the way, let's go ahead and sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yes, I have Tamarin built.
I was assuming you'd have
Oh my god, it's gonna be glorious.
Hey, you're gonna regret this, okay? She's 10.8. She's max SSS imprint.
Alright.
Regret this.
Well, with that terrifying statement underway, let's get the match started.
Alright, Yumi versus Balbu.
Yep.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Yumi. I mean, I'm sorry, Babu, but gotta root for the underdog. Down with the Emperor players.
I just want to see how Babu can actually deal with the penalty.
I want to see how Babu's gonna use the Tamarin, but also just what the rest of his draft is gonna be to compensate. Oh, well, there she is. I mean, if you gotta pick her, just pick her early, right?
Yeah. Also, remember, Babu, you do have to pick one fodder unit.
Bro, and me.
Okay, the A-Rod's coming out from Yumi. Pretty standard little first pick. Especially into an ROL is not too bad.
Yeah, definitely not. Although, it's sort of like neither side's really trying to commit to one type of strategy too much.
Yeah,
So
I think they're kind of trying to feel each other out at the moment. Balbu is going for the kind of smart play here, picking the kind of mandatory picks first, right? Just slamming the Tamarin down. Maybe picking his fodder here, saving the last pick, who knows?
Absolutely. Yumi is definitely has an edge here just because they're able to abuse the fact that they can actually draft 4 units.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm kind of excited to see how this penalty works out. Ooh! Edward. Okay, maybe a preventative play, preventative measure. Oh, but the Sage Vivian!
Oh no.
Oh, Sage Vivian has no debuffs in her kit, which means that Ed not gonna be able to do his little counter shenanigans here. Oh boy, the limited fodder unit, the chocolate slime coming out from Balbu.
This is a very high tier pick in terms of fodder. Very difficult to find, very difficult to draft. Amazing draft selection.
Look, it even has an Oreo on top of it with some sprinkles. This is some top quality fodder unit.
Man, it's making me hungry.
Oh, Arya getting picked. That's kind of a nice one there. Oh, and Rimuru into the Sage Vivian. That's clever.
Very potent pick.
Very strong pick here. Balbu needs another DPS unit. Gonna end up going with the Spectre Tenebria, which can hide behind the back lines. Receiving some heals from Tamarin, perhaps. We'll see. Sage Vivian and Spectre Tenebria both are very resilient units, actually. Oh, wait a minute. That's not... Wow, that's not really what I expected, but getting rid of the damage mitigation could actually be key to this match.
Babu leading the Rimuru up as well is a very interesting choice.
Yeah, for sure. The Rimuru now has the potential to just nuke the Sage Vivian. Especially with
going
Amelia taking
first.
turn 1, and Vivian having 2 buffs. This Rimuru could go ham here. Not the bulkiest of Rimarus, so it might carry some damage. Gonna give the immunity and the barrier to the whole team, I believe. Oh, and the defense breaks! Spectre's still defense broken, however, there's no real AoE threat to her at the moment. Especially since Ed is not really going to get debuffed. There's no real... Well, unless Spectre Tenebria lands a poison, but he does have immunity at the start of the fight right now.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind, that is a post-wild armor. So, I think Babu might actually be able to stabilize a little bit here, especially with this lack of reach.
Yeah, and I mean, bursting down the Sage Vivian early on is very smart before she can utilize her cooldown reductions as built into her skills. But she's gonna pop that S3, probably gonna heal quite a bit. I'm assuming it's lifesteal. Oh yeah, there we go, healing up to full health. Rimuru countering here, getting rid of another focus. That's pretty good.
Look at all those buffs on that Rimuru.
That Rimuru is gonna hit hard. Any other unit with attack and crit damage buff is insane. Oh, soul burning into the Ed early while he still has immunity, so he can't counter into the Tenebria. She's also cycling off her defense break.
That's a glass cannon. That's 10A2. Notice how low that HP is.
Yeah. Oh, and it has enough damage to take down the Ed.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Also, one interesting thing here, because of the fodder, right? S10 theoretically can also just get a really easy extra stack if the lower rank player drafts like misdrafts like AoE or something like that.
That is very true. I mean, and here comes the AoE from A-Raz. Gonna heal himself up, but taking down the Chocolate Slime, giving Spectre Tenebria another stack. I was just thinking the same thing, that perhaps Yumi could have abused that as well. Maybe gone for something like a REM play, right? Activate Demon Mode very easily. Burst through a lot of the tankier units like Arwell.
Yeah, I think that's sort of like an extra dimension behind these punishments or these rank punishments that nobody really thinks about.
For sure, for sure. A lot of things that you can take advantage of if you have the units built. Ooh, but this Tamarin actually, I think, is starting to back for a little bit. The healing has been really nice, and the Wondrous Potion Vial too, just keeping the team debuff free. Ooh, that's a lot of damage onto that Amelia there. Unfortunately, Rimuru still doesn't have his S3 up. I believe he has, yeah, he has it now. But is it too late? We'll have to see. Rimuru's doing good damage onto that Sage Vivian, but she keeps gaining those focus stacks back. And here we go, she's gonna heal up to full health yet again. Crit damage buff onto that Spectre. It's gonna be quite dangerous.
Yeah, the Sage Vivian's just a punching bag. It's just like Yumi's just punching it down and down again, but it just gains all of its HP back and all of its durability really quickly. But there's a soul burn with the Rimuru S3 reducing the cooldown by 2 turns.
Okay, and there we go. Oh, wait a minute, defense break on the Spectre Tenebria. This could be pretty big. Oh no, that's not gonna be enough. Oh, Tamarin actually popping her ulti skill in combat, going into idle form. If Rimuru had his S2 up when that Spectre Tenebria attacked with that defense break, that might have been trouble for Babu there.
Indeed, but unfortunately, the Sage Vivian cut in front with that speed buff, and with that, Babu takes game 1. Or round 1 in this match.
Well played though, I mean, good picks, right, from both sides. Very interesting. Very interesting bans too. I don't think I would have gone for the same bans there.
So Babu has to pick Blue Secret, and has first pick in the second round of this best of 3. Go ahead, ready
Blue
up.
Cigarette. Bro,
And
I'm
remember,
gonna be
Babu, you still have to pick Blue Cigarette and a fodder.
Oh, Wyvern Hunt is so fun, guys.
Alright, here we go.
Match underway.
Round number 2.
This is crazy.
Oh, Wyvern Hunt is so fun, guys. I love it. You know, did I mention I love Wyvern Hunt?
So I think both sides have definitely gotten a better handle on how the draft is gonna go. So I wonder if how much the draft is gonna change, especially with the pre-bans. I don't think they were really relevant. That Airwell, Arya, AOL, and Rimuru being pre-banned. Makes sense from Yumi's side, not wanting to deal with that mitigation. Kaka really wanted to keep Sylvan available.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. Just banning, straight out just banning the units from the last draft. Which is honestly not a bad idea if your opponent has a limited pool of units.
Absolutely.
Okay, we see A-Roz coming out first pick into the Spectre Tenebria. This is a little neutral, right, for both players right off the bat.
There's the Rem!
But the Rem coming out! Little advice taken from the last match. Demon mode can be activated really easily from the fodder kill. So that's something Babu has to watch out for.
But now we're starting to pick more uncounterable units like Politica alongside the S10A.
Yes, Politica and S10A both uncounterable, which means the Rem is not really going to pose too much of a threat to the Spectre.
Oh my god.
And Aiden being picked, but now, I mean, Yumi knows the exact 3 units that Babu has, and, I mean, with a cigarette pick and a fodder pick at the end, that's going to be pretty tough, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm assuming that Babu does not have, like, say, like, immunity set, etc. on these units, so, like, they're probably glass cannon, absolutely, like, unused. This is gonna be very interesting to see.
But we also have, I mean, Milim there's pretty good in hopes of trying to mitigate some of that evasion that Aiden has. Amelia for the turn cycling and, of course, the attack buff as well. Gonna be quite useful. See what this last pick is gonna be.
Yeah, there are a lot of good options still left on the table. Timer goes down to 10 seconds. It's Sad Cupcake Slime. This is from the Valentine's Day event.
Yeah, it's actually a chocolate slime. You can see the chocolate bars that are in it. The, I assume to be like cookies and cream scoop of something on top with an Oreo.
Chocolate coming out.
Ooh. Okay. Charlotte coming out here is quite interesting for the AoE. Flitica getting banned out, probably because she would be the fastest unit out of all of them. She'd be the opener here. But now Amelia and A-Roz get to take the turn before any of Babu's units can move. It's actually going to be quite scary to see what happens. Who's going to get pushed up first? It's going to be the Rem.
That is a 12k HP Rem though.
12k HP Rem, very squishy, might be very, very high in damage. Let's see what she can pull off here. Oh, that is insane! That is a full damage Rem, ripping her S3, taking out all of Babu's units.
Demon mode indeed is activated. As the slight thin S3 does go into the Rem.
The Rem does get taken down. But now, can this Aiden survive? She does not dodge! There's a defense break! And Summer Charlotte coming in here.
S3 does exist.
The S3, is this going to be able to do it? If not, Amelia is going to be able to take the turn here. Oh, and a crits as well!
My God!
Yumi! What the comeback!
Yeah, bringing it back to 1-1.
Very well played.
God. Would you like to keep him on Secret? Alright, keeping him on Secret. So, you are still forced to trap the Wyvern Secret. Babu does get first turn.
He gets first pick.
Match.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna fucking explode.
This is the last round in this best of 3. Good luck to both of you.
And me.
We
Oh.
shall begin.
Oh, this is not fair at all, bro. This guy doesn't have both units. He's like Chad. This is unfair, bro. It is rigged, bro. Rigged.
Babu, questioning the integrity of the competition.
Actual rigged, trust.
We're gonna
Oh,
find
boy,
a different
oh,
way
boy,
to
oh,
get
boy.
pancake mix.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work for it, you know.
Notice the, oh my god, the target band, the A-Rods and the Amelia bands coming
Oh
out.
my
of
god, the
Babu.
A-Rods and Amelia bands coming out. Ooh.
Oh, those are specifically targeted towards Yumi.
Very
Oh my
specifically
God.
targeted, but Yumi also with the Arwell ban preventing Bulbu from turtling up too much. Spectre Tenebria coming out, but Doris getting met as a counter pick. It's kind of interesting to see. She also has a CR push built into her kit with her S3, so perhaps she could fill the niche that Amelia has left behind.
Although you should probably also expect a generally lower tempo playstyle compared to that Amelia cleave that we just witnessed. My
Oh yeah,
gosh.
for sure. Because Amelia and A-Roz both are very good tempo-based units, right? Keeping up the pressure on the opponent's team by turn cycling and dual attacking. We see an Arya getting picked. That's not a bad combo, actually. Doris' defense buff can help increase some of Arya's damage output. Oh, but that's
Rimuru coming
nasty.
out in response.
That is a nasty response. The Rimuru pick here, and then Bulbu masking the rest of his draft, keeping his opponent on their toes with that chocolate slime pick as the third unit. But that Rimuru is going to be very, very oppressive here. He's actually generally very good into Arya because he doesn't care about her defense with his splash damage. And also the fact that if Arya's not careful, Rimuru can actually steal that counter attack buff, which would not be very good.
Indeed.
Oh,
Let's
but
see
the
Aola
nice
coming out.
counter pick. Aola coming out into the Rimuru, able to put that unbuffable on him, along with the silence, which kind of mitigates his entire kit there. Bellion too, as a counter pick into the Spectre Tenebria. Where was she in the earlier matches? Okay.
Not sure, but I guess we are going to be looking to slam the
Oh my god, he's slamming
the
Yeah, that is 100% handgun.
Bulbu pulling out his trump
card.
card here, saying, hey, I've had enough of this. We're pulling out the ML Ken and of course the mandatory cigarette pick at the end. Oh no, this could be disastrous.
But we do see a BBK coming out from the side of Yumi. At least it's being hovered right now.
Okay,
Maybe
I mean,
there's a potential counter cleave.
yeah, she could. I mean, her S3 is uncounterable. This ML Ken won't be able to heal, and if he gets him down low enough, that S1 can take him out.
And there's the BBK pick locked
BBK
in.
locked in, yep. So who is going to be the ban on both sides? I'm actually quite interested to see. I think I know who I would ban. Wow, looking quite dangerous though. Even though Bulbu really only has 2 useful units here. Yeah, those 2 units I think would have been my bans too.
Interesting.
Now the spotlight.
Turn here.
Spotlight's on ML
AOL.
Ken. AOL taking the
AOL.
first turn, but Doris not too far behind actually. She's pretty fast, and again, she has a CR push in her kit. Could potentially help out quite a bit. This resist ML Ken though.
No debuff landing on the ammo can's a little bit scary.
That is quite scary. Oh, but the Arya being able to help out here. Put on the counter buff and hide everyone else behind stealth and a barrier. Unfortunately though, Spectre... Ooh! Spectre triggering the dual attack actually might have been good there.
Built a slime him instantly.
Well, the dual attack was good because the MO can actually proc the counterattack from the Arya, allowing her to heal up all that damage. Oh, but now here's the risky part. Bellion is always going to AoE, which means she is going to be feeding this ML Ken. Oh, but he's not actually doing that much.
It's not. I don't think that sounds. Is that barely above Sigurd's range?
It's barely above Sigurd's range.
Nice, that's a Samsara. That's Samsara.
Yeah.
Oh
something
no!
like that.
Yeah.
I'm dead. GG.
With that. Oh my gosh! That
Oh my
Arya
god,
has-
this Arya! This is crazy! I did not expect that to happen.
GG.
With this Babu admitting defeat, 2-1 to the side of
But it's unfair, I only have 2 units to play.
Yeah, I mean, that is rough. That kind of punishment is tough. It's,
no,
it's a 2v4.
Mitigation. It's not even enough for
I'm so
mitigation.
sorry, Babu.
Congratulations
I feel
to you,
pain.
be knocking out one of the major favorites in this tournament. Imagine knocking out rank 1 twice. So, alright, with that underway, go ahead and ready up. So our match shall begin. Alright. Silva from Well 34 versus Minus from Club Anubis.
This is going to be a interesting match because it's very even. There's no rank penalties. We're just going to see how these two players naturally draft.
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Banning out the Ron and the Zio. Trying to stifle any aggressive plays from Minus, who is very famously known for his aggressive fast units. And Minus pulling out the DJB and the Armo ban. Okay. Kind of shutting down some of these anti-standard units. Really good at turtling up.
The instant Destina first pick is a very interesting pick.
Yeah, Destina first pick. Usually you do see her kind of in the middle of a draft typically, but not usually the beginning. Well, she is going to do some work here because, see, Lilia's picked out on Minus's side. Going to be putting down the debuffs, along with an MO Calric as well. Good pick here. I would say MO Calric is actually, in a way, a snipe from Silva, because both players look like they're playing a more standard type matchup, and Destina with MO Calric is very oppressive. You just turtle down, and your opponent can't really do much.
That's definitely true. Also note the fact that there isn't really much flexible mitigation this as well. Just because the Scarrow being banned really, pre-banned really hurts Silva more, I'd argue.
Yeah, in this case, I would say so as well. So Silva's compensating immediately, going for the A-Raz, then going for one of their first DPS picks, a Spectre Tenebria, very typical in these types of drafts, protecting her in the back. And she's gonna be pretty healthy too with that Destina, and turn cycling as well from that S2. Ooh, but very fast counter picks coming out from Minus. Seems like he's used to fighting these types of comps, perhaps. Troublemaker Crozet as a form of damage mitigation and CR push, along with Landy as an AoE attack to take down that Spectre Tenebria with early burst damage.
Oh, there's a Rimuru. Sort of, I'd argue sort of counterintuitive, just because you want to avoid having the Rimuru give more buffs to your team when you're playing against a Landy.
That is true. Landy can definitely abuse the Rimuru if there's some mage with book and some soul burns. But hey, this Rimuru could be just extremely high damage and can possibly burst down one of the tankier bruisers that's on Minus's side.
There's a Winter coming out as well.
Winter's a pretty good pick into the Sea Lilius and the MO Calric, I'd say. But Fire Ravi getting picked out is gonna be pretty strong too. Has an AoE in her kit with no cooldown, and has an elemental advantage over Rimuru, but that's not gonna matter because both players' last picks were banned. And now we're gonna jump into the match.
With Sea Lilius taking first turn on Minus' side.
But you see the A-Raz, I mean, he is hot on her heels, and he resists that strip as well. So we see the redirect provoke coming out onto the Rimuru, which actually could be pretty good, because Destina, she's gonna go after the MO Calric is.
Yeah, I guess being forced to use that S2 cleanse early is a very important thing. Opting to go for the damage mitigation, S10 getting dragged, not doing much because of the attack down to Vigor up.
Okay, and we're gonna see the MO Cower give the attack buff to the Landy. She's gonna be letting loose an S3. Now, the Rimuru is gonna S2 here, but she does have a barrier and 40% damage mitigation from Troublemaker Crozet. So hopefully, she does not get knocked out of stealth. Oh, and she is going to keep that for sure. Oh, but she doesn't re-enter stealth.
100%.
No, wow, there is no guiding light proc here. So this is looking pretty dangerous. Now the good thing is that Rimuru was pushed back to the end. Well, he took his turn. So Destina, you see, trying to turn cycle that Rimuru back up to the front. Troublemaker Crozet doing the same thing for, I believe, to be the Landy, pushing her above this Rimuru. It is just a race against time here. Landy desperately clawing for that Guiding Light proc, wanting that stealth here.
We're getting a fully empowered S3, second charge.
That is a lot of damage. Oh, and Destina goes down too!
Oh, the Trozette follow-up just doing barely enough. Rimuru soul burning into the Landy, I assume, just trying to desperately get this stupid unit off the board.
Oh, and Troublemaker Crozet counters as well! Oh, that is just unfortunate. That Landy's burst damage was too much for Silva's team to handle, even with that mitigation.
When it doesn't matter anymore.
With that, match is now 0-1 in Minus's favor. And now both players are ready, so we'll get this round started.
Alright, going for that second pick, forcing Minus to go first. I guess kind of reversing the roles from the previous match, seeing if that can give him an upper hand here. I'm going to be quite interested in the pre-bans, honestly. This is going to show what both players kind of have in mind for each other. Ooh, okay. No change in the Ron, but instead of banning the Zeo, we see a C. Lilius getting banned. Arwol and Stene both banned by Minus here, and he goes for the Lua as the first pick. I'd say Lua's quite a dangerous first pick.
Definitely.
Yeah, very difficult to get to.
Really limits the types of units you can really have in your draft, right? Units like Stene or like focus characters that don't really care about their cooldowns at the beginning of battle. But even then, Commander Leica coming out, really intending on taking this first turn, trying to force the momentum in Minus's favor.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of tempo picks here, right? We see Lua, who can reset, essentially taking away the opponent's first turn. Leica and Araz both having really strong dual attacking skills, bringing perhaps a DPS carry, which is going to be 1 to 2 units that gets through draft, I assume. Out of Minus's last 2 picks. But we see Spectre Tenebria pre-banned, so there's not a threat of a stealth unit permanently that's going to be sitting in the back line. But it could still be very dangerous, right? It doesn't have to be a DPS unit that's brought along on Minus's side. There could be some very tanky bruisers that can withstand a few hits as well.
Absolutely. Leica's just definitely one of the more flexible units to have in this aggro standard pivot that Minus is sort of showing here.
But
Lionheart, though...
Yeah, I like that Lionheart pick.
Sort of locking down that S2.
Yeah, locking down both of their S2s, yeah. Oh, that's a spicy pick. I like this.
Sez and Sez coming out from Minus' side.
We have a double Sez?
Silva's gonna have trouble dealing with the blue Sez, to be honest.
The blue Sez is gonna do a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
But also, this Specimen Sez could probably put in some work as well. We're gonna have to see. Not sure if there's any units that can really stun on the right side. But hey, double Spez is quite funny, so I approve. Silva, ooh, going for an Alencia last pick. Kind of a way to mitigate that Sez, I guess.
Really good. I sort of like that pick. It sort of muddies the draft up a little bit, still stabilizes your build a little bit as well. AOL and Lua getting banned respectively from both of their sides. Leica is definitely going to be taking first turn here.
Yes, Leica's taking that first turn. Oh, and I think she's on her. She's on Lua's artifact, so she's going to be able to help stealth the DPS unit. We're going to see an AoE sleep coming in. Oh, hitting the Alencia and the Lionheart. Quite nice.
That is very huge. Forcing Silva to choose between which unit he wants to cleanse, that is really important, because you obviously do not want to bring your S3 here on Destina.
Yeah, popping the S3 on Destina is a death sentence for sure, but the other thing is Leica granted immunity to the whole team. Winter unable to stun anyone and lock them down.
But Alexia about to strip all that immunity away with this S3.
Okay, putting up a defense buff for her team as well.
Lands on the Ross though.
Ooh, that's not gonna be good. Oh, and it strips from him too, that Mind's Eye, giving that extra effectiveness. But this says... Oh no, does Says throw this by countering into that Lionheart Sirmia? We're gonna see a desperate play to go for a defense break. No defense break coming out! Uh-oh. This Lionheart's gonna be ripping this S3. And even with that stealth on Says, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, because he's gonna be taken down by this extra turn. Or not. Or not.
The entire team just got annihilated.
The entire team got obliterated, but Says has one last chance here. Let's see what he can do. He's going for the Lionheart Sirmia.
Does end up it looks like it's...
Oh, it's a lot of damage! And he did it!
But the pop is sort of negligible because there's no attack.
Oh, but well played,
this,
well played.
Yes, well that's too trample.
I will say props to Silva for letting that Says live long enough so that we can actually see that S3 animation.
Indeed, indeed. And with that, the match is tied up. Indeed, indeed. Second pick. All right, so Silva now has first pick for this last match in this last round of this match of this best of 3. It's tied up 1-1. Winner moves on to the second round. We shall get this match underway. So I'm pretty sure just off of that, obviously it was a bit of bad luck on Minus's side with that best Elbrus counter, but could probably definitely see a shift in his playstyle just off of that, I'd assume.
Yeah, definitely. It's the Lionheart curse, right? The opponents are doomed to dual attack or counterattack whenever she is present. Oh, okay. The Emo Coward getting picked up early by Silva here. Liking that early support pick, kind of like the Destina from last round.
But there's a Lua to immediately pressure the hand guy, since the hand guy just gets absolutely hard countered by that reset.
Yes, definitely. And we see the A-Rods coming out as well. Keep up the tempo, perhaps doing some more dual attack shenanigans with the DPS that's going to be brought along. Oh, we see Emo Cowrick and Destina getting picked up in the same draft. That's what I was talking about earlier. That is going to be a really tanky team, right? It's lucky for Minus that he actually banned out the Arwell, because Arwell in that kind of team comp is devastating.
Absolutely. ADS coming out, ooh. And then the Landy immediately coming out as an answer.
Oh, Minus definitely had that ready.
Yeah, I think both sides really have their comfort picks in terms of DPS. You can sort of see that with the Zok here as well. Trying to limit the Lighten pick, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah, and I think Minus might be taking the first turn here in this match yet again. We see a Fire Charlotte pick coming out, which is good into both Zahak and Landy.
Absolutely.
Now we're just waiting on that last pick here. The Archdemon is, don't know how effective she's going to be. It depends on how much she actually ends up countering, I would say. But she's going to be pretty tanky with the help of Destina's healing and CR pushing, and of course Cowrick's turn cycling and buffs and cleanses as well.
Considering the lack of utility on Minus's side, it's going to be really difficult to deal with the ADS long term as well.
Yeah.
So it's really up to Minus to up the pressure in this draft. Maybe something like a bridge unit like Ada or something, just to really consolidate the aggro nature of this draft. And the Lighten coming out into the Zahak, which is a very interesting point.
Yeah, Lighten into the Zahak. Oh my god, but we have Commander Pavel. Is this... Huh?
Is this Minus's Cleave Arc? Is this the villain Cleave Arc?
This is it. He's finally done it. First you'll see Lilius, and now's the gateway unit. Now we see Lua, and then we finally see Commander Pavel getting picked out.
Really asks a lot of questions on how this Lua was built, because it was pre-banned or it was post-banned in the second round.
Oh, but he's gonna get banned out yet again. Destina is gonna be the unit that goes bye-bye on Silva's side.
Now it's gonna be very dangerous on the side of minus, just because there's not really a solid way to deal with Charlotte.
Yeah, there isn't, and you kind of don't want to. Oh my god, that resist from the Archdemon could spell disaster. Oh, wait a minute. Is this Archdemon on full resist? She double resisted that Lua there.
That must be some crazy resistance.
Must be some crazy, I mean, could be some crazy resistance, or it could just be some bad luck on Minus's end.
The Hawk is on the resource reduction. I don't see the attack buff.
Oh, he's not going to get the attack buff here. Okay, I see. He's going to be putting some injury down on the Archdemon. Oh, that's going to be a little scary, though, because that Aiden's now going to be left alive.
But the landing does cut. Maybe there's a chance of hitting it. No, we don't risk it. We end up choosing to go for the 80 Marrow instead.
Okay, not wanting to give that Charlotte the buffs. But in return, I mean, Landy didn't Guiding Light yet again. This is going to be pretty tough here. I think the ADS goes down. You have to resist ADS, I think, because, again, resisted A-Roz's defense break, too. But the Fire Charlotte, oh, that is a lot of damage.
Indeed, that is a lot of damage.
Okay, defense break on the Charlotte could be really nice here, exactly what Minus needs. Now, is Landy going to be able to Guiding Light after this attack? That is going to be the key. This
does
AoE,
hit the Charlotte.
Okay, it does hit the Charlotte, and the Aiden, I believe, dodged that.
There's a Guiding Light as well.
Yeah, but Aiden's cooldown is proc, so there's not going to be a counter attack coming out, which is pretty good. Oh, Zahak with the attack down, but he can cleanse, perhaps? No?
But we have the missing on the Adin, trying to burn that S1.
Yeah, he's just going to go for it here. Oh, I see. That was very smart. Not going for the S2 would actually end up preserving that barrier, which kept him alive against that Aiden. Okay, Roz. Ooh, Roz. Gonna be pushing up that Fire Charlotte. She's inching forward.
Yeah, but the A-Ross did it. Everything is hitting.
Oh my gosh, everything's hitting. This Landy is insane. This A-Ross going for the strip too. Oh, but this Fire Charlotte, though, is she going to be able to let this rip? I mean, she has an attack buff now, and the defense buff is cleansed. She's still invincible. Not that that really matters at this moment in time. Oh, that S1! The Zahak lives!
But the issue is, I don't think there's enough to force your way through this. Zahak again burning into the hand guy, but just doesn't do enough damage. I think Lua has the ability to cycle S2 right now, opting to go into the Charlotte, fails the strip!
The resist! The resist!
I guess the bigger question is, do we land anything?
Oh my gosh, nothing is landing! No, the Zahak goes down, and this Fire Charlotte is going to be able to take the match with the Soul Burned S3!
Oh my gosh!
That...
And despite this, yeah, this is a crit Lua, but... Okay, Maya's insisting on trying to fight this out with the crit Lua.
I mean, oh, that missed crit! That needed to hit there. That needed to hit there, because now Charlotte able to cycle here. Lua, though, able to take out the Emerald Calric. I don't think that Minus has enough for this. Unless she misses. She does miss!
There is no damage on this. There's no attack buff on this.
So the thing is, Lua does have her turn cycling abilities, which means she can sleep now. If this sleep hits, oh, that is going to be a very nice sleep, and then we see an S3 coming out too, putting the Beguile, hopefully, onto that Charlotte.
Although the Beguile wouldn't actually do anything, because there aren't any party members.
That's true. Yeah, that's right, I completely forgot about that fact.
A-Ross trying to heal up with S3 again. Heals up a significant amount.
Okay, I mean... Was this Charlotte a lifesteal Charlotte? I think it was.
I believe it's a lifesteal Charlotte on Symbol. Let's just take a quick look at this S3. Does it hit? It hits Lua.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Indeed, that is definitely a lifesteal Lua.
That's definitely a lifesteal Charlotte, but she's not healing back as much as I think she should be.
Well, to be fair, it is Frenzy 5.
It is Frenzy 5, so the healing is reduced. Oh, that sleep. Oh, but sleep does guarantee the crit, so that sleep did kind of help put in some damage. No defense buff on the side of this Charlotte here. Is Lua actually going to be able to do this? The thing is, her cooldown reductions actually don't really matter all too much because Charlotte is a unit that relies on Fighting Spirit for her damage. The Symbol of Unity! Oh, the resist on that defense break!
But we immediately go back into sleep.
Into sleep? Strip the buffs? Oh wait, this might be it! Cause sleep guarantees a crit and down goes the Charlotte! Minus! Clutching this out with his Lua as the last unit standing. That's ridiculous.
That is a comeback.
What a match.
Very well played by both players, but good lord, that rope.
Alright, and with that being said, guys, this is going to be the end of this video. Now, before you go, I want you to go into the comment section down below and give me some feedback on this type of format. Do you like the dual casting? Are you a fan of these kind of tournaments that we're going to be hosting on the server? Let me know any and all thoughts in the comments. Now, another thing is, I will be in the future muting all other participants that are not part of the cast in order to kind of minimize the type of interference and the background noise that's going to be present. So I'm definitely going to be taking that into account as well. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more Epic 7 content. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.